Kai, my people, there is fire on the mountain. Men and first help me share this video because again waiting the shop. First and foremost, inside this thing when I want show now, somebody when they go buy money for Tinubu day here. If they buy money for Tinubu, they don't catch them. They video and everything they now go see them. But no be that one carry me come. The thing will carry me come be this. Tinubu they busy now the campaign against Buhari. If they talk say Buhari carry naira from 280, I mean 180, go 700 and something. They if you hear the things wey Buhari Tinubu list say Buhari don't do Nigeria. Hell, I beg. We get another Buhari. I mean, the one way Tinubu they carry they run up and down the whole country that and they tell us who we vote for. Men are here by ourselves. Then men are here judgment. They don't carry their matter. If they arise, they don't help them. They don't help them garnish them with pepper and red wine. When I go for social, help me share them, I beg.
Well, social media was awash with reactions on Tuesday after the APC flag bearer, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, at the party's presidential campaign rally in Calabar, the Cross River State capital, slammed the President Muhammadu Buhari-led government over depreciation of the nation's currency. Well, according to Tinubu, when the government took over, the naira-dollar exchange rate was about 200 naira to a dollar, but has depreciated to about 800 naira to the dollar on the parallel market. Let's take a listen before we take some reactions.
Don't let them lie to you about change of currency. They've never understand what inflation is all about. They never understand what money laundering is all about. They never understand keeping our currency in the dark corner of their room. To change and torture, move the exchange rate from 200 to 800. If they have repaired it, if they have arrested this, we won't be where we are today. We will be greater. They don't know the way. They don't know how to think. They don't know how to do.
Let's take some reactions. They moved the exchange rate from 2 to 200 to 800. They don't know the way. They don't know how to think. They don't know how to do. Please, who are they Tinubu is referring to? Because it is a sin to vote they. Or Santos wrote, Tinubu is boldly and publicly attacking Buhari and his government. This man is vicious. Can you imagine? This man suddenly distancing himself from Buhari. Where is Garba Shehu, Femi Adesina, Lai Mohammed? By the way, is Festus Keyamo there while Tinubu attacks Buhari? Well, in the meantime, amid the outrage emanating from the CBN's cashless policy and the scarcity of the redesigned currency, a video posted on Twitter by a person who goes by the name Shehu revealed a group of volunteers who have organized a cash swap program for their community in the name of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the APC flag bearer. Let's take a look before we come back for a discussion.
As you can see, it's ongoing. The incoming President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Alhaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu Asiwaju. The ongoing program is proudly sponsored and powered by Tinubu Mobilization Squad.
There are so many things to discuss here, Dr. Abate. I would like for you to start with this particular video. Isn't this a crime?
Okay. Cash swap policy is a policy of the CBN, specifically targeted at the underbanked persons in rural areas, so that they too will be able to change their old notes for new notes. Now, the CBN also says that it has 30,000 cash agents, either mobile money operators or those who operate POS all over the country. The CBN also has a task force out there that is going around. They've been to Lagos, they've been in Ondo State, they've gone to other parts of the country to make sure that the cash swap policy is working. Now, 5 banks are designated banks that these agents can relate with. It includes Access, it includes any bank, So there are 5 banks, FCMB, and 2 others. Now, for any individual to act as a cash swap agent, you have to be registered. The banks must have all your details, okay? Your BVN, your NIN, your picture, your fingerprint, and these agents are also expected to have the details. CBN is insisting on what they call know your customer, and also all these details about your name, your phone number, your address, the amount of money, although the ceiling for the agents is 10,000 naira. Okay, I've put the policy in place. So who is this, what do you call his name? Shehu.
Shehu, that's the name on the Twitter account.
So who is this Shehu who is working as a cash swap agent? Is he one of the accredited 30,000 agents recognized by CBN? If it's not, then what he's doing is illegal, it's a crime, and the CBN task force, they need to go and fish him out and get him arrested. More so, as if he's not a cash swap agent, not following the guidelines, then of course what he is doing is that he's saying that those people who are collecting money from him, they promise to vote for the presidential candidate of the APC.
Yes.
And that's an offense. Section 121 of the Electoral Act 2022 is titled Bribery and Conspiracy. He says he's not taking any charges from them. Where some of the banks, for you to get 10,000 naira, they may ask you to pay 1,000 naira. For you to get 50,000 naira, you may pay 5,000. Even the banks have become usurious now, So the gentleman says he's giving to them. So he's trying to influence voters. And Section 127, also of the Electoral Act 2022, talks about undue influence. He's taking down their names. He's wearing the logo of a particular candidate, and he's giving them money and collecting new notes. So the whole purpose looks like vote buying.
Absolutely.
Which is an offense under the law.
Absolutely.
And I keep saying here that part of the problem we have with the concerns expressed about bribery and conspiracy, violation of the Electoral Act, about undue influence, is that the INEC itself is overstretched. INEC has been pushing for an electoral offenses commission. The bill is still there in the National Assembly because INEC says it cannot be working on logistics and trying to deliver credible election and at the same time be chasing people around. So where are the security agencies? I thought they said there were a series of meetings. I'm sure at those meetings they drank coffee at the expense of Nigerian people, and yet they are not doing their work. So that this doesn't become a source of encouragement for other political parties. What does it take for another person to wear the logo of PDP and begin to give out money to Nigerians? No, the cash swap policy is meant to be an organized initiative of the central bank. If it is being violated, the CBN has a right to go after those who are doing so. It's not just the Electoral Act they are violating. The man is also probably in the process violating Section 21 of the CBN Act, which does not allow you to abuse the naira either for political reasons or for selfish reasons. Now, you brought the video of the campaign by the PDP candidate in Sokoto. Okay, I saw all over the social media, people were saying, oh, mammoth crowd, massive crowd. And PDP spokespersons have been celebrating it. Look, large crowd at campaigns do not translate into votes on election day. Politicians will naturally mobilize people. However, there must be a lesson that must be learned about crowd management. At that Sokoto rally, the crowd is understandable. That's the home Governor Tambuwa, you know, who is leading the campaign for the party, he and Governor Udom Emmanuel. So, I mean, you expect that he will do a great job in his own home state as DG of the campaign. However, there was a problem after that rally. There was a stampede at the gate, and one woman died.
One woman died.
Our colleague, not just one woman, Aji Aishat Mena, former president of NAWOJ, chairman of NAWOJ, that's the National Association of Women Journalists, of Sokoto chapter. She fell down, she was rushed to the hospital, she couldn't make it, just because there was a stampede at the end of the exercise. So we want to appeal to the political parties. In these 23 days remaining before we have the presidential election, they have to pay attention to crowd management so that people will not be dying anyhow, because some people want to realize their ambition. For Adamawa, where the Labour Party presidential candidate and his running mate went to campaign, the big issue in that particular case is that the gubernatorial candidate and other candidates of the Labour Party in that state refused to show up. And their complaint was that the party has not been carrying them along. That, if it is true, as reported, that would be a major minus for, you know, the Labour Party. And then from there, we saw in Anambra the candidate of the APC. And he was attacking Peter Obi, whom he described as Mr. Stingy. Anyway, in any case, we said verbal violence, verbal abuse, politicians should stay away from all of that, and they should try to keep the higher ground. And it's not only Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu that is criticizing day. I think on television this morning, even Governor Nasir El-Rufai, you know, said more or less the same thing about fuel scarcity, about policy, redesign policy, and the fact that he believes that there are fifth columnists in the presidential villa who are working against the party and who do not want the APC to win. So it looks like it's not only the PDP that they have division, there is also serious division in the APC.
Absolutely, Dr. Abati. I'd like to take that video of Nasir El-Rufai. He spoke on live television where he said that, you know, powers in Aso Rock are against Tinubu.
I believe that there are elements in the villa that want us to lose the elections because they didn't get their way. They had their candidate. Their candidate didn't win the primaries, and I think they are still trying to get us to lose the elections, and they are hiding behind the president's desire to do what he thinks is right.
Rufai, over to you.
At first, Mr. Tinubu and what he said as regards 200 naira to 800 naira was totally correct. And I'm happy that Mr. Tinubu himself has also confirmed that those they brought in 2015 cannot think. They don't know anything about inflation. And it's not me, his words here. And I'm happy they've sounded it out, because I keep asking, when you want to campaign, you campaign on the record of the predecessor. And it is obvious that Mr. Tinubu has come out to say that the record of, what is it called, the incumbent is not good enough. So those things are facts. And it's good, he says, no matter how much they try to spin it in the coming days, it is good, he says it. But I also like to advise, it's not time for him to keep up with these abuses. You know, we've had a little bit too much of all this abuse. Please, it's time we stop it. The infighting in the Labour Party is a sad one, because this is not the first time it's going to happen. It also happened in Port Harcourt. The Labour Party should also watch it, where there's discordance between the National Secretariat of the party and the candidates for governorship in that state. What that man was doing is vote buying 2.0.
That's it.
And let's not deceive ourselves, but this is not the first of its kind. You remember how we argued that giving trader money a couple of months to elections was vote buying. So this is just vote buying 2.0. And that man, his face is on camera. I don't see why he should not be summoned and arrested and let the full course of the law take its course for vote buying. It's as simple as that at ABC. What Mr. El-Rufai said is a reflection of what is going on. Mr. Perogi wrote an article over the weekend that talked about the Cold War between Buhari and Tinubu. There's actually a Cold War going on.
That's what it appears to
you can feel it from the body
Yes,
language.
absolutely.
And based on that article, Mr. El Rufai has been able to confirm today that actually some people in Buhari's cabinet don't want Tinubu to go there. That's why I say it's going to be a month of breakfast.
Absolutely.
Happy
I'd like
watching.
Ayo to speak quickly.
Just very
before we
quickly on
end.
the agent. Even if he were an agent of the CBN, no one has the right to compel Nigerians to vote for a particular candidate on the promise of offering a service, not to talk of access to our national currency. I hope, like Rufai has mentioned, his face is on TV.
Yes.
That INEC could show, and CBN would use him as an example and as a strong message to others as a deterrent. We cannot flagrantly continue to disregard and lay down laws.
Thank you very much,
for your
Ojileka.
great analysis.
Right now, my biggest challenge no be this one wey dey happen now. Na the people wey still dey support Tinubu. Na dem be my biggest challenge now. Those people wey say no matter wetin happen, that hey, una know say this thing be like football clubs. The way they take get fans, no matter wetin some clubs play, no matter how dem take fail, their fans go still dey support them. They no dey gree move go another club. Na so people wey dey support Tinubu be. They no dey gree. They dey there. No matter wetin dey happen, na there they go dey. Hey, Tinubu dey. After Buhari first tenure, dollar don dey fall something. E no go come out come complain say oga we no be like this, we talk say we go do am o. E no talk o. But he quickly go comot am body over small misunderstanding wey dem get that time. He comot am put another person. But he no fit comot Buhari. He still carry Buhari waka the whole Nigeria campaign for am. Now he come reach now, he come say you bring Buhari, say make we trust Buhari because of you. You use yourself do collateral. We trusted Buhari because of you. Now you wan come now Buhari come fail, come disappoint us. Now instead when you go come tell us say you are sorry, you come still say no. Actually it was a miscalculation. Make I come vote for me. The guy no dey trustworthy. Make I come vote. You see yourself. APC supporters, una see una self. Una say una number 6. They look for that. Una see una self. APP Tinubu supporters. Una know see una no make. Oh God, I don't even know which I want tell una say. Which una dey stake self? How na dey stay? Dey support person wey oh God, make I first my water don finish. How na dey survive this kind thing? So despite all these things now, tomorrow person go still carry im voters card go vote. How una take dey reason now? Una no dey picture una sef. Person use una 8 years take do business first, to take as in do business, take because you wan get support from north. He first use una trade for 8 years. Then now he come tell us say okay, now the plan was actually for me to get there. How? So you put us through all these things because of your selfish interest. You tried all you could to pull down Jonathan from power just because of your own selfish interest. So you put Nigeria 200-something million people through this hardship so that you will come benefit from am. Tinubu.